Right now, everyone is trying to jump on the AI video creation bandwagon to build their brand and explode their social clips. But honestly, with so many tools flooding the market, figuring out which ones deliver real results versus just draining your credits is super confusing. Over the past few years, I've put almost every major AI video generator through the ringer while building virtual humans for my company's soft skills training. That experience means I've seen the truly effective platforms, the ones that are just gimmicks, and the ones that are ridiculously expensive. Today, I want to show you the top platforms I've relied on, point out where they really shine and where they fall flat. Crucially, I'll explain exactly how Vizard fits into this whole ecosystem, especially for turning your long videos into consistent viral clips without losing your sanity. If you're a time-strapped creator and you want the quick takeaway, Vizard isn't just another flashy one-trick generator. It's specifically built to take your existing long-form videos and automatically identify the segments that actually perform well as shorts. Then, it turns those moments into ready-to-post clips, schedules them out for you, and manages the whole process within one central calendar. Those three capabilities, auto-editing viral clips, auto-scheduling, and a unified content calendar, are the features that genuinely shift the landscape. But I'll get into that in a minute, because first, we need to run through the other big tools so you can truly see the trade-offs involved. Let's start with Clipyard, which is fantastic if you're aiming for those hyper-realistic, user-generated content-style shorts. Their in-house image models create gritty, authentic-looking selfie avatars, and they nail the lip sync and gesture loops cleanly. The ability to one-click add a product into the avatar's hand and burn in captions is brilliant for creating dynamic ads and promotional material. The main problem is that the pricing structure can get surprisingly steep, with entry plans starting around $70 a month and escalating rapidly. Furthermore, Clipyard is heavily optimized for that ad-style selfie content, which is great for brands but less ideal for creators sitting on hours of footage needing fast repurposing. This is where Vizard cleverly steps in to complement tools like Clipyard, focusing instead on picking the best moments already present in your own real footage. Next up is Google's V3, or Gemini V3, which is truly wild if you want film-grade 1080p output with the option for added sound effects and perfect lip sync. The visual fidelity it achieves is practically cinematic, and I guarantee some of those viral clips you've seen were probably generated using V3. However, V3 comes with a significant price tag. A single 10-second piece can cost you quite a bit, and regional accessibility is still somewhat inconsistent. It's an absolute powerhouse for any high-budget creative project, and some other platforms even integrate V3 to borrow that fidelity. But for creators who need high volume, hundreds of clips monthly from long recordings, the cost and the speed of throughput become major hurdles. Vizard deliberately doesn't try to compete with V3's realism. Instead, it complements it by turning your long videos into optimized short posts you can use alongside those premium assets. Moving on to Runway Gen 3 and Act 1, this suite keeps pushing the absolute boundaries in terms of character animation and overall video fidelity. Their timeline, layering capabilities, masking tools, and motion brush features are incredibly powerful for fine-tuning your shots. They also include voice cloning and robust lip-sync functionality, though those features are usually reserved for their higher-tier subscriptions. The main caveat here is that the credit math across their different models can become confusing, and certain features are locked behind specific plan walls. If you absolutely love hands-on editing and crave granular, frame-by-frame control, Runway genuinely feels like a creative playground. But if your need is systematic output, like generating dozens of clips from a single live stream, Runway becomes another editor you'll spend time in, not an automation engine. Vizard's key strength, conversely, is that automation layer that finds the viral bites for you, saving you from all that manual scrubbing and timeline wrestling. Next, Leonardo AI, which started as a powerhouse image generator but has successfully pivoted into incorporating motion capabilities. Their style control is excellent, and the ability to use custom-trained models can generate genuinely interesting and unique animated content. The flow state panel is great for iterating quickly through variations on a particular visual look you are trying to achieve. The major downside is that their video models can devour your subscription credits very quickly, especially if you are already a heavy user of their image generation features. Leonardo excels when you need curated, highly stylized visuals derived directly from specific concepts you design. Vizard, by contrast, is less focused on stylized generation and more geared toward operational efficiency, turning one long video into many consistent posts while maintaining your actual voice. Now we come to OpenAI's Sora, where Sora Turbo brings text-to-video directly into the familiar ChatGPT interface, making it shockingly easy. For ChatGPT Plus subscribers, you get a decent allowance of lower-resolution clips, and the entire interface is incredibly user-friendly. The current limits are that not every country has access yet, and you often see a watermark unless you are subscribed to one of the paid tiers. It is an elegantly simple tool for quick conceptual storyboarding and rapid experimentation in a pinch. Creators who already have hours of long-form footage will find Sora's real strength is in prototyping new ideas rather than scaling content repurposing. Vizard actually sits right next to these tools. You can use Sora to prototype an idea, then let Vizard slice your actual recorded footage into the social-ready moments. Let's look at Kling next, which is a Chinese powerhouse that manages to be both incredibly powerful and surprisingly affordable. Their older model, in particular, hits that gritty, authentic look really well, and they've built in robust lip-sync capabilities. The pricing can be exceptionally accessible, but sometimes newer versions lose that specific creative flavor people loved from the older releases. Also, their newest high-motion modes can definitely burn through credits at a surprising rate, just like some others we've discussed. Kling is fun and cost-effective, but it remains a model-based pipeline, meaning generation is the core activity. If your entire workflow depends on publishing content captured by real people, Vizard's focus on optimizing existing footage often yields a better return on investment. Next up are the SeedDance community forks, which represent an open-source bundle offering outstanding output quality for significantly less money than V3. It can be a little technical to set up if you aren't comfortable dealing with APIs and platforms like Replicate. But for those willing to dig in, the quality-to-cost ratio you achieve with SeedDance is truly amazing. It smartly supports handy camera modes, like a fixed position or a mobile camera movement, making composition much easier. If you are in the business of building bespoke generative content, SeedDance is definitely a great technical pick. However, if you are a creator whose entire content library is based on real footage, you need a solid repurposing workflow, which is where Vizard steps in. Vizard automates that entire repurposing process and ties it directly into scheduling, so your pipeline actually publishes content instead of just leaving it in a folder. Let's talk about Pika and similar PA-style tools, known for their rapid 5-second clips and the ability to quickly iterate across multiple aspect ratios. These platforms are generally fun and cheap to play with, offering great user interfaces for creating teaser loops very quickly. The primary drawback is the frequent lack of proper lip sync or very limited audio control, sometimes only allowing music, which is a deal breaker for podcast clips. Vizard pairs very nicely with these rapid generators. Use them when you want something flashy, and use Vizard for steady, reliable harvesting of the best moments from your longer recordings. Then there's Pix, which is one of my favorites when you need really smooth transitions and precise motion control in your generated output. Their built-in fusion tools and transition effects are killer, and their keyframe controls give you excellent power over motion paths. A common frustration is that the free tiers often cap the resolution quite low, forcing you into the higher paid tiers just to get standard HD export quality. For creators obsessed with polish and intricate motion design, Pix is definitely worth the investment, but it remains an editing-first platform. Vizard takes a fundamentally different approach because it is essentially editing on autopilot for your existing content. You can combine both approaches perfectly. Use Vizard for automated clip generation, then funnel those into polished workflows in Pix when the moment calls for it. Next are Luma and Dream Machine, where the simulation of light and physics in some of their outputs is simply unmatched for reimagining scenes. They are the best tools available right now for replacing existing motion or creating entirely new physics-driven environments. Pricing is actually quite reasonable across the board, and they wisely allow credit sharing across their mobile applications. The restrictions involve short clip length limits and sometimes lengthy render times when you are dealing with those complex physics simulations. Luma shines brightest when your primary goal is achieving gorgeous physics-driven renders for short showcase moments. For creators aiming to publish a steady stream of social shorts, Vizard's strength lies in providing that consistent cadence and reliability. I could keep going for ages mentioning Halo's Miniax, LTX Studio's storyboard to render pipeline, or HeyGen's polished avatar suite with tons of voices. There are also Video AI's multi-reference consistency tools and V's B-roll-driven auto video generation, all useful for specific, niche jobs. Every single one of these tools has a sweet spot, whether it's high-fidelity production, stylized animation, avatar ads, quick prototyping, or heavy generative pipelines. So, where exactly does Vizard settle in among all these incredible options? If your main objective is actual growth on social platforms, meaning volume, consistency, and not burning dozens of hours weekly, Vizard is the tool that truly fixes that workflow gap. Here's exactly how I break down its core benefits for everyday creators facing these challenges. First, the auto-editing of viral clips means that instead of re-rendering everything or manually hunting for moments, Vizard analyzes your long-form content. It finds the strong beats, those perfect reactions, punchlines, controversial quotes, or compelling visual segments, and exports them as ready-to-post short clips. This means you can convert a single 1-hour live stream into dozens of perfectly snackable posts without ever touching a trimming tool manually. Second, the auto-schedule function lets you set your preferred posting cadence, and Vizard queues those clips automatically for you. You avoid the headache of manual uploads, or constantly missing those critical posting windows because you were busy editing something else. It is absolutely perfect if your goal is to stay top of mind with your audience without having to constantly babysit your content calendar. And third, the content calendar allows you to plan, preview, and publish across all your different platforms from one single, central location. You maintain full operational control because you can easily tweak captions, swap out suggested clips, and see everything laid out in one timeline. When you compare this to the other tools, Vizard isn't trying to replace the cinematic models like V3 or the stylized engines like Leonardo. Instead, it fills that very realistic, day-to-day gap that most creators face, turning their captured content into a consistent machine for discovery. Want hyper-stylized or pure avatar-based ads? Then you should absolutely use Clipyard or Gen for those specific needs. Need those truly film-grade synthetic clips for a major campaign? Use V3 or Runway to generate those rare hero pieces. But if your priority is keeping your channel consistently growing while keeping your personal workload completely sane, Vizard is the essential connector. It turns your raw, unedited footage into a disciplined content output machine and then manages the publishing so you actually show up in people's feeds. If you've read this far, you owe it to yourself to hop into the free tiers of a couple of these platforms and try them side by side. Take one long video, run it through Vizard to slice and schedule your shorts, then use another tool to create a single, high-production hero clip. You will very quickly see how each tool carves out a specific, necessary role in a healthy content stack. And if your main goal is genuine volume growth, especially repurposing podcasts, interviews, or long talks, Vizard is one of those tools you'll realize you simply cannot live without. I've dropped links to a bunch of these comparison platforms down in the description so you can go test out those free tiers which tell you a lot about the tool. Try Vizard on one of your own long videos. Watch how many clips it pulls out, how varied they are, and just how easy it is to queue them up for posting. Then, circle back and let me know in the comments which pipeline actually ended up saving you the most amount of precious time. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this breakdown useful, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my next deep dive. I'm going to keep breaking down the workflows and tools that genuinely help creators grow without burning themselves out. I'll catch you all in the next video. Take care.